Jared, Jordan, I say one of you two starts it today.
Well, I'm in the middle of something right now, so.
We haven't even started. We're already dumb.
Beans. When's the last time you did an intro?
Yeah.
It's been a while. I
Jordan?
can't intro for crap. But
Let's buckle up
Here
and
we
let's
go.
do this thing.
here we go.
Are
Yeah,
you
strap
recording?
in. Let's fucking
Yeah,
do
let's-
this.
Let's get this done.
We are hot.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're going. So, yeah.
Well, fell
It's not-
down.
If you start a podcast, this is the hardest thing, and we've talked about it a million times. The hardest
It's not.
thing is-
Just
No,
talk.
I
well,
just-
no, I mean like y'all do the same thing every time, and every time we always come up with
Welcome to Stormwater
Yeah,
Creek. This is
here we are
episode
again.
something. We're excited to have Scott on from
Yeah.
Horny Deer Scent. We've talked about you before, and now we get to talk to you. We got Abe here. Unfortunately, Austin's here.
I've been up since
Love you.
5:30.
love your mother.
Apparently, yeah, Abe woke up at 5:30 a.m. today, guys.
2 days in a row.
Oh my goodness,
To
crazy.
him,
you
that's
believe
early.
that?
He just keeps talking about this.
Yeah.
And he apparently hunts. So we've been told.
Yeah, but-
Apparently.
That's not started yet.
Allegedly.
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 So, Scott, happy to have you on today, man. I'm glad we could sit down with you. Horny Deer Scents, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about your product a little bit, and kind of tell us what's your bio, on
Yeah.
your
Yeah, tell us
Facebook
about you
page or
first,
something.
then we'll
What's
get
the
we'll get to
bio?
Horny
Yeah.
Deer Scent.
Yeah, it's not a very interesting topic. I'll just go straight to the horn. Actually, I'm from Northwest Georgia. I connected actually with Brandon with AccuFire when I moved to Dallas. I guess that was around 2011. And I grew up, like most down here in the South, hunting, fishing, and I guess really, as far as kind of the genesis of Horny Deer Scents, probably 3 or so years ago, my brother and I we were in Bass Pro Shop, and I think it was April or so, but we had walked in one of the aisles, and they had an estrus on the shelf. And I look at him and I'm like, dude, check this out. I'm like, some jackass is going to buy this fall. It's been sitting here.
Was the
since
first thing
last
you
year.
try to do throw it on one of you? That's what I try to do with my brother. Just try to throw deer
No.
pee on them.
We, it's one of those kind of going back forever. If one strikes first blood, the other one's coming back harder.
Yeah.
So we kind of, yeah.
Got a little smarter
You,
about
you,
it.
you learned that pretty early on, just like, all right, cool, dude. We'll just screw with other people, not each other.
Yeah, now there's a very real understanding, and
Yeah.
but based on that, then it hit me. I've bought, a lot of this old urine, and I'll say till probably 5 years ago, just because everything that I'd used was brown, naively I thought that deer piss was brown. But it's not. It's yellow and it's beautiful, just like ours. But that's kind of what started the wheels as far as being able to differentiate. And so we put out really just a fresh product. We don't do anything complicated. It's 100% CWD certified deer urine, and it's a catchy name, but coming out last year, there was very little, as far as marketing. We put it out in the hands, and people started using it locally. And now in Northwest Georgia, we own this space. We're a little over a year old, and we're already in the vendor approval process. Sorry. For a major chain. I'm not going to announce it yet because I don't want to jinx it.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's just not anything complicated. It's, our bottles, we're very transparent as far as the date that we bottle, any given bottle of urine. So it's not complicated. We did notice a major competitor start doing that, but the price for that product was jacked up $10 just because they could show you, when it was bottled. And we want every single bottle to be like that. When the season's over, the stores that we partner with, whatever they don't sell, we actually take it back and replace it with new the next year. And it's just, if you've not used fresh, versus the old stuff, absolutely night and day experience.
I can imagine. It's like going to a bar that's been around for 30 years and has urine-soaked piss bathroom. That smells horrible. Not that fresh pee smells that much better, but
I'll be honest. In that moment, I think I could smell it a little bit. Like it's very. It's been a long time since I've smelled that. That's one of the few things good from COVID. I've not had to smell that smell, but in that moment, I feel like I could.
Yeah.
You're quite the wordsmith.
Hey man, I'm a businessman.
You're a voice of a generation.
Doing business, man.
I do have one question.
Okay.
In the episode with Brandon, who was it that kept saying sorry for partying?
Probably Jared. That's it.
Hey, man.
That's one of Jared's catchphrases. We've all stole it, but he says it.
I like to have fun.
No, I want to fit that in somewhere, and I'm going to do it. And when I do, I just wanted to know who to cite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horny Deer Scent. Sorry for partying.
Yeah.
Sorry for partying.
That's any product slogan right there.
There it is.
Storm on a Creek. Sorry for partying.
Exactly.
Patting that.
Everybody's catchphrase.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's universal. So, CWD certified, meaning what?
So CWD is an acronym for chronic wasting disease.
Yep.
Yeah. Very
And,
familiar.
Yeah, and there's a lot of measures being taken, to try to, I guess, thwart that would be the term. But yeah, everything that we put out, it goes through testing to certify that it is, and it's we do
That it's
have a
free of.
synthetic
Yeah,
line.
it's coming from CWD Free Deer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
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 But there's some states that won't allow real urine now because of that, Tennessee being one of those. So we do have a synthetic line as well. We don't sell near as much of that, but we do have that available for those states.
So, one question I have to ask that is probably the most childish question is, how do you collect the urine to then bottle?
Or is that industry?
Is it hard to
secret?
Or is
chase
that
a deer
industry
with a
secret?
bucket?
Yeah, we're like, what do you, okay, like, do you tackle it?
You ever
and
milked
then-
a cow before?
Yeah, you ever milked a cow before, boy?
Milk me.
Now,
Yeah.
hey, they actually enjoy it. I'm kidding.
I've got nipples,
they-
Greg.
Yeah, I've
Can
got
you milk me?
It's a learning process, and some lessons you do learn the hard way. I'll say that.
I mean, do you start with a bigger bucket and then go to a smaller bucket and then finally into the bottle? Is it like a
yeah.
nesting doll type thing?
No, that's exactly like you read my mind. It's sorry for partying.
Yeah,
There it is. There it is.
So, no, it's actually an interesting process. So in places where they're fed and different areas that they're brought in, there's actually small holes in the floor that filter the urine when they urinate. So when it comes to collecting, like say doe and estrus, then they're brought into the barn to limit the amount of light that goes into their eyes that actually triggers that process. So it's very scientific but very simple at the same time. You're not exactly milking any given deer for the urine or anything like that, but there is a process when it comes to just triggering that ester cycle or that buck and rut cycle.
Okay.
You can still try, Abe, if you want to, though. We encourage you.
Deer milking challenge.
Deer milking challenge.
Abe Bowman must enter the woods and milk one buck.
Gross.
I'm talking about really milking it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so do our listeners.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
How dare you?
It sounds so dirty when you say it in that.
It is
that
so
voice.
Your
dirty.
Batman
Like it's already,
voice.
it's already
Yeah.
dirty, but it's way
That's-
dirtier.
I mean, that's not even Batman. That's like
Yeah.
weird 1980s. Like
Ron Jeremy.
I'm here to fix Dinah Cable.
You like
Did you
that?
guys ordered some pizza or had some pipes to fix or something? Yeah.
some pizza or pipes to fix.
What was it at the office when Meredith's kids?
Yep.
I heard you guys need some pipes cleaned or fixed or something. Huh?
Meredith's
And
kid.
rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So we talked
Sorry.
about obviously the collecting process isn't what I mean. Again, I'm ignorant to it as well.
Oh,
so
I
that's
mean-
pretty eye-opening for sure. Because I'm like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah, it's so we actually have extended family that farm deer, and that's kind of what led to being able to kind of test the old on the shelf versus a new product. And this past year, particularly, I can say we went on a WMA hunt, which is a hunt that we had to get drawn on here in Georgia. And it fell right during the middle of the rut here. And anytime the wind, so our bottles backing up, I guess, our bottles, there's two main factors when it comes to keeping urine fresh. And one is exposure to oxygen. So any urine, whether it's yours or deer's, when it's exposed to oxygen, will break down into ammonia. The other is exposure to light. So our bottles, they're dark amber. We have spray tops, so it limits that exposure to oxygen. But
That's a good idea.
And yeah, well, again, it's simple, but
effective.
Exactly. But last year, hunting the rut, really any time the wind would pick up, I would spray my bottle into the wind, and I can't tell you how many times, I had a buck come literally under the tree looking for that doe, because it's fresh piss. But after a minute, there were multiple that just all of a sudden would just look up and just peg me, and
Oh wow.
based on where I was spraying it. So it's one of those. It was absolutely eye-opening for us, and we felt like there was a market for it. And then come up with the Horny Deer Scent name. I couldn't believe nobody had trademarked that yet. And we were off.
The rest is history, huh?
Sure.
Have you noticed that? So, have you ever collected a single doe's urine and compared that to another doe and seen if that doe A is way better than doe B?
She's
have
got
you
that
been
golden piss.
Yeah, she's got that golden piss. That's the best.
We did have this
one that drinks maybe pineapple juice before you collect it, that kind of a thing.
Yeah,
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're into
This
now.
guy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Now my
Yeah,
brother-
yeah.
This guy knows what I'm talking about too.
Sorry for partying.
Yeah. The 2 cent.
See, Austin, what this is when you have somebody pee on you, you like to have them drink pineapple juice first so it doesn't smell as bad.
You're wrong.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's asparagus, idiot.
Oh, you're aggressive.
He's
Time
got-
out. Let's back up a second real quick. How do you know that he's wrong?
Yeah. Whoa. Thank you, Jared. Well, somebody just leapt right out of the closet.
Oh, it's an honest question.
I'm curious, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't need pineapple juice for the pee.
Yeah, it's for something else.
Yeah.
It's the poop?
No.
Oh.
It's called-
it's for the
You'll
boy.
find out when you go milk that buck out there in the woods, buddy. Feed him some pineapple first. He'll be
Lead him.
all right.
Asparagus is for pee.
That, I think it works backwards.
Asparagus.
Depends what you're into.
Asparagus makes your peas smell like shitty rubber sandals.
It's terrible.
You know how I know? Because Steph's got a pair of shitty rubber sandals in the closet. And I'm like, we haven't had asparagus all week. Why does it smell like that? She's like, my new sandals. I was like, oh my God, it's terrible. So.
I had a pair of blue shoes get thrown away because of that.
You
wife
peed
just-
on him?
Because you jizzed in them? You milked them?
Oh my gosh.
That's aggressive.
You people are so aggressive.
Scott just hangs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're done.
And we're done here.
Human
Horny
All right.
Deer Scents. With a name like that, you kind of open the doors,
Well.
Anyways.
Everything is on the table.
So,
Ugh.
one doe
Austin likes
over
to get peed
another
on, so no big
doe.
deal.
Yeah.
Ah,
So we've
bite me.
established that. Sorry for partying.
Jared drinks like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
He's a drink.
Both
I don't want to
hands.
spill any
Yeah.
of it.
Anywho.
So what have you tested one doe versus another doe to see if what
One
if there's a
PP is
difference?
better than
Yeah.
another PP.
No, I mean
Selection
when,
process.
When a buck gets into the peak of the rut, there's not a whole lot of filter going on. If he smells a hot doe, it's on.
Yeah, he's wants any dough that's ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing with the fresh scents. coming in, there's just such a difference. You know, I've used it, you know, urine, I've hunted all my life, you know, but it was always one of those, do it, just another measure to potentially help success. If it works, great. If it don't, you know, most of the time it don't. But to 100% say that I've seen the product work, and not just because it's our product, it's just a fresh product. You know, we're not doing anything to it. It is just fresh. But it really does just make such a difference. And we've got so many local stories, you know, people coming up just excited as hell to tell us what happened. I mentioned we'll be doing the Horny Deer Scents podcast. Brandon's actually flying out to be the first guest for that. So pretty.
I feel like he mentioned that he was headed up to Georgia.
Yeah, so he's coming out. We got some people we want to introduce him to out here, but we're gonna be doing the very first Horny Deer Scents podcast with him. So looking for that.
That's pretty rad.
I'm looking forward to listening to that.
Self-plug there. Everybody check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Once you gave me the green light to plug, you know, it was.
Get after it.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah.
Exactly.
This episode is brought to you by Horny Deer Scents.
I like that. We can rinse and repeat that.
Episode 1 coming soon.
I'll tell you what.
Check local listings.
Since I did the shameless plug, I'll shoot you guys some shirts. But if you put this on YouTube, you gotta wear them at least one episode.
Oh, word.
We'll have.
That
I mean,
seems like
all
a very
season
fair
we'll be
trade.
having a ton of YouTube videos.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that was one of the shitty things about the timing of, you know, the whole COVID stuff. We had done our first trade show. We did the Iowa Deer Classic back in March. So it was March 6th through 8th, and it was right when, you know, the whole pandemic was kind of.
We were all laughing at Italy and China, going idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we're like, uh-oh. Little did we know, we're gonna wake up and it be September.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But you know, again, we only sell a fresh product, so we went to Iowa in March, and all we had was T-shirts and hats. And you know, we walk in on a Friday, nobody knows who the hell we are. And then by the time we leave Sunday, you could literally just look out to the expo and see our shirts and hats. You know,
Just like.
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah, just getting your name out there, letting people. You're like, oh, I heard about that Horny Deer Scent. What's that all about? You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
And it
It
definitely
is
is catchy. So like you hear the name and you're like, and passing in conversation, you're just kind of like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? What is that?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely good marketing on you guys' part for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know, and that's the half the battle right there, you know. But to be able, and we have to toe a line too as far as what we do in marketing, because you don't want to be, you don't want to end up being a caricature, you know. You gotta,
for sure.
You're not there to party when it comes to that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
We, on the other hand, are kind of like a mullet. Business in the front,
Exactly.
party in the back.
Soon.
I can't wait. I can't wait for your mullet.
Jared's been growing his hair out to shave a mullet, and he looks like a garbage human right now. Just a dumpster fire.
Since before Corona hit, all that shit.
First of all, I think you should not shave your beard until after you shoot your unlimited ducks with us this year.
Okay. So what is this, like the limit beard challenge? What is going on here?
Of course.
Calm down.
Abe's obsessed with challenges.
Yeah. Abe gets railed on because he always wants to do challenges.
Sorry for partying.
I got up at 5:30. Leave me alone, okay?
Don't leave me alone. I'm afraid of the dark. I don't like being
so how
alone.
did you guys get tied in with Brandon?
The greatness that is.
You ever heard of an app called Grindr?
They have Grindr in Georgia.
Wow.
I'm proud to say that I have not.
Oh, wow. That was just There was no
We
hope in it.
just made him as a friend.
God.
Well, God, Jared.
No, I don't. Love your mother.
The answer is not only no, but hell no, you bastard.
So, through Rio Ammo.
Yeah.
Serious answer now.
Suzanne Wiley over at Rio hooked
Said,
us
hey,
up.
you should meet this
Yeah.
guy. We think you'd get along, and we
Exactly.
get along great.
He's a
then
mutant
he
like
said-
you guys.
He said, you should talk to Scott.
Yeah.
Y'all get along, and So far, it
Exactly.
seems like we're all gonna get along swimmingly.
Let me tell you when I guess when Brandon and I knew that there was a good chance we were separated at birth, or at least some close,
Very.
some
Yeah.
close kin. He actually was hired to work. I had moved to Dallas to help a buddy of mine launch an IT staffing firm out there. So we were a small company, which those are always the most fun to work for. So
oh, yeah.
We had brought Brandon in, and there was a girl that had or a lady, I guess I should say, she was younger than us, but her desk was close to our desk, but she was real sensitive to, I guess, jokes about females. So it was
Heavens.
almost like a shark smelling blood.
Oh, yeah.
But my goal every day became making Brandon laugh at the jokes that it's horrible now. I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But you did it for. There was no hate. It was just fun.
There was absolutely zero hate.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not a feminist, but I don't have anything against women.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope you don't have anything against women.
Again, no grinder.
Yeah.
So you haven't heard of Grindr?
So we're trying to
Absolutely,
trap you here.
But just equality across the board is
Sure.
What I support, I guess, would be the way to put that. But and a lot of times she would laugh, but she came up to me it was a year or so after we worked. It's like there were so many days where she just could see herself kicking my ass, but she was telling me in a really funny way.
Yeah.
I think that was what got Brandon. Like it became my mission in life to
Just
to
crack
get him to
him
laugh,
up.
'cause it's just so much fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those are the best kind of places to work, like you said, where you can kind of be kind of free and liberal with the things that you say out loud.
Oh yeah. Especially today, like
Anything can be construed as anything.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm nervous about this podcast. If I haven't listened to the few that you guys had, and yeah.
Oh, if you want to get a true taste of it, listen to some that are just us four, or maybe
There's a
five.
round table you need to listen
Yeah, there's a
to
round
from
table
couple weeks
podcast
ago.
recently that's just a
Oh.
train wreck of a podcast.
Pretty much the theme is talking about how garbage of a human Abe is.
Yeah, just
and he's just the worst.
yeah. Exactly. I literally got a text message from somebody saying, "Man, that's fucked up what they said, like what they did to you on that podcast." And I was like,
Hey, listen, texts from your brother don't count.
he doesn't text me. He's too busy being a lawyer, doing lawyer man things,
Lawyer man
whatever they
things.
do. I don't know what they do.
Anyways, you're gonna be fine, Scott. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
you're trust
Nothing's
us.
fine. Yeah.
You're not. There's.
No, it feels like Allstate, man. I know I'm in good hands.
That's awfully generous of you, but
Yeah, no, that's total sarcasm. Like,
I appreciate that. That's
genuinely nervous.
yeah.
But not really.
Pins and needles here, bud. Pins and needles. So, we talked about just kind of the sense. So you guys have, I was reading that you guys have like a glass bottle, and you're one of the few people who do that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
what is it? And that, like I said, the whole system that you're using, keeping that oxygen out of that, is really what kind of helps you out in the long run, right?
Absolutely.
I
Well,
mean,
and two,
We don't got to give away trade secrets. We're just diving into your product a little bit.
Yeah.
There's absolutely everything that we do is very transparent. That's the beauty of it. We really don't have to do anything crazy. The tag that we put on our Instagram page is letting nature do nature.
Yeah.
We have very little to do with it, but the spray bottle, really thinking about, every time that you take the top off of a bottle to apply it to something, there's that much exposure to oxygen. Every time you screw off the top, there's that much exposure, With the glass bottles, there's no absorption like you have, with other plastic bottles. And when you put it in there with zero additives, that is the best way to keep it as pure as possible, We recommend, when you're not using it, to keep it refrigerated if possible. That further extends the life of it. But
Maybe
yeah,
not your marriage, but
Yeah.
she's like, "What is this?" You're like,
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Just put it down. Don't spray it.
All right.
You spray it in your drink, babe.
Yeah.
It's an Asian sauce for
Yeah.
your soy bowls.
Yeah. Oh.
You guys do a lot of deer hunting out there? You mostly, I hear you talk about duck hunting a lot.
We all definitely. Jared probably gonna kill his first deer this year, but all three of us definitely. We kill a couple deer a year, but
Yeah.
and we try to get them down early during bow season, and we've just over the last couple of years, just really the waterfowl sickness has gotten
Out of control.
uncurable.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're definitely all very much into deer hunting and eating deer
Yeah.
and cooking deer but man, once
Yeah.
that first cold front rolls through and there's mallards
Yeah.
ready to be shot and whatever, I mean, once there's birds to be shot.
Basically November 14th, because that's the opening day of duck season.
Yeah.
That is the
I couldn't
end
tell
of,
you if a deer exists in December.
like
Now, hey, I get it, and
Maybe they migrate south. I don't know.
I think
we've got a lot of people out here. Once that pops off, the bows go up, the rifles go up, and they're hunting ducks.
Yeah. I didn't shoot my bow after the second weekend of bow season. No, the first weekend of bow season. I killed a doe on opening weekend, and that was it for me. I did hunt one other time, but that was like a week later. Outside of that, the bow went up, and I pulled it out starting about February, March. I was like, I should probably shoot this once or twice.
My wife and I are on a deer lease this year. We've been going to as guests for 5 or 6 years, but we're actually members now and talking with these guys about deer hunting. And it's like, yeah, we're all going to be out here this much. And I was like, well, if that cold front blows through, like, I'm not really into killing deer. Sorry.
I'll be the
But
asshole
that-
blasting shotguns in
yeah,
the bayou.
actually, it's over in East Texas. There's a lot of sloughs, so we get a ton of wood ducks. So it's just like, I mean, yeah,
Kill your
if I
three
see
and
a
move
deer,
on
I'll
about-
shoot
yeah.
it, but I'd rather go shoot me a few wood ducks.
Yeah.
It's a very that lease is it's more of a social club. There's some decent deer out there, but everybody's kind of hangs out and does whatever.
Super good dudes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, it seems like, and that I think that's the only reason why I never really gravitated towards it, because it did fall into deer season. We were just always deer
Yeah.
hunting.
Yeah.
As far as like Brandon's scope, how badass is that thing?
The TR1,
Yeah.
pretty slick.
The B1. So we have last year was our first year, right? So our big buck contest was the chase for the Horny Cup, and it was an actual trophy, but we had carved out our logo. And if you check out our Instagram page, you actually see the guy that won it. But Brandon last year, we're coming out of the gate, brand new company, and Brandon, being Brandon, let us use the V1 for our grand prize for that
Oh, wow.
contest. Oh yeah, no, it was just, and I wanted to put that plug out there for anybody that's not seen that scope and hearing you guys
Oh,
talk about
yeah.
it last
Jared pulled
week.
it up right now. We're looking at
That's
it.
awesome.
That's a cool trophy.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of cool things that he brought over here was that, that V1 was really, really cool, and I think that's an awesome scope. But some of the stuff that they've got coming out is just remarkable.
I
Really,
can't-
really cool stuff.
So I've got a Pulsar night vision unit, and soon as he gets his thermal prototypes in, we have another podcast planned out at we all have access to this little 90 acres just east of Dallas. So we're all kind of planning to get out there with his full lineup, the V1, the TR1, his thermal, and then kind of compare it to mine, and I'll get out there and just bust a bunch of pigs and do a podcast,
hell yeah.
drink some beers.
Pigs.
Man, next time you're in
Goats.
Texas,
Hit us up.
hit us up, and you and Brandon, all of us, we'll go find stuff to do, hood rat stuff.
I would make
Smoke real cigarettes.
I would make a special trip for that.
Say when.
Yeah.
We've come out a couple of years ago. Well, I guess it's closer to 4 now, because I was with my now wife. She was my girlfriend at the time, but we actually drove out to New Braunfels to float the Guadalupe with Brandon. And if you've not been around Brandon in that type of environment, I'm going to paint a picture for you, okay? We're floating down the river. Move back up. Brandon shows up with an ice chest that's got a big speaker in it. Okay. Like,
He's
a
ready to
huge
roll.
He's
Oh,
done this
no, he
before.
he's done it before, but he walks up and he's happy as hell about it too. Like you know that he's waited on this moment to unveil this ice chest, right? So we're going down the river, and we've been on there a few hours. So you can imagine we were all feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah.
But there was a particular sharp turn in the river and a kind of a sandy bank, and the river was packed, right? So we pull up onto the bank. Brandon, he gets out his phone and he cranks his speaker up, and I'm talking, he's just blasting it, right? He looks like Captain Morgan. He's got 1 foot up on the speaker / ice chest, right? He's got this shit blasting. It's bad 90s rock. And all of a sudden, you hear a guy way back on the river yell, "Hell yeah, kryptonite!"
Oh my God.
God.
And it was
Hell
kryptonite.
yeah.
Right?
Oh my God.
But as far as that moment, that is, I won't say the highlight of life.
The essence of life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was great.
Brandon, what a good dude.
Super good.
You know. Thanks for letting us make fun of you, Brandon, because I'm sure you're listening to this right now, and you're not even here to defend yourself. But don't worry, we're gonna continuously pick on you.
Oh, it's all love,
So
man.
just yell at the radio, bro.
I've got a deer feeder sitting in my backyard for him right now.
Yep. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got some friends who build the stands, and through
Oh,
Jordan's work,
Colorado.
they get a bunch of empty barrels, so kind of we're able to get setups pretty cheap. And he was looking for one, so we got him one. When he gets back in town, he's supposed to probably take it up to his office for him. His office is right by mine, so it works out.
yeah.
It's funny seeing now, because when I lived in Dallas, we were both very much in, kind of the corporate world, just in and around technology. I think both of us knew that neither one of us belonged there. And we were just kind of playing the part in a sense. But look in a couple, 3 years down the road, I say a couple, 3, I've been back few now, but just to see how everything worked out is just really cool that, he's doing something somewhat related to what I'm doing. Like it's kind of come full circle.
Yeah.
For sure.
Being in an industry that you have a passion for, and just
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah, I just turned 40 years old this past May, and it's like, you realize that you've more than likely lived half your life,
Yeah.
or close to it. It's like, why not try to do what you enjoy doing? And, it's really the whole Horny Deer Scents. That's the vehicle for that, And I think that's one of the things that appeals from a personal side. Even when we're at the trade shows or stopping in any particular store, we're not hunting these huge tracts of land with deer that have been raised for years. We're hunting properties like most people do.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like last year, the experience that I was talking about using our product on public property on a WMA that we got drawn on. Those are, that's typically where and how we hunt public land. We might have permission to hunt some property close to the house, but generally we're just like the average hunter out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and that's awesome to see. And I think there's such a growing, and I think it's good. I think it signals a good thing for the industry, is there is a lot of people who are like tired of having to be on the sidelines because they can't afford a lease. They can't, and I think a lot of people are kind of going, all right, screw this. I'm just going to figure out how to get it done, and
Right.
make a bunch of mistakes and screw a bunch of stuff up, and then learn not to do that. And then next year you find a little bit more success, and you kind of just grow into it a little bit. And sure enough, you turn around and you're 10 or 15 years into this thing, and you're like, holy crap.
Well, and a lot of that kind of stuff sets the bar so high for people.
Yeah.
They go in there and see all these companies posting, non-typical white-tailed deer
Yeah.
with horns hanging off horns and stuff, and they go,
Yeah.
well, why don't I see that? It's because you hunt low fence and
Yeah.
90 acres in Texas.
Yeah.
Well,
Is there
and it's fun.
anything wrong with it? No.
No, you're exactly right. But when you start, I guess, putting yourself, and I've got a guy lined up locally that is going to do our podcast that makes these really incredible trumpet turkey calls. But he didn't start hunting until he was 25 years old, and yeah, I was thinking about that. If today at 40 years old, and let's say I'm looking at the pandemic and I'm thinking, this would be a really great time to learn how to hunt. To get out there and make sure that I can at least put food on the table. Really put some thought into what that would look like. And if you are watching television and then you go out and try it, it's not uncommon to hunt all day on public land and not see a deer.
Oh yeah,
I did it for a year and didn't see a deer on public land. I mean, so, and I hunted for 15, 20 days, of the year, and never saw a deer. Just had to keep going at it, and so.
But it would take some resolve, if you go out a handful of times and you don't have that mentor or that you're just striking out your own. I could see where that would feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
After everything that you saw on television, but yeah, everything that we do, and even we'll throw out tips on Instagram, and it could be something that most everybody knows, but you never know who's in your audience.
Well, it's basics, right?
Curious.
I mean, that's the thing, is it's fundamentals, it's basics. It's just like anything. The more you're doing the fundamental, basic, simple things correctly and to the best of your ability, the better chances you're going to have, right? Because there is no magic pill. There is no magic bullet that's going to be like, oh, if I just do this one thing, I'm going to kill a deer, or I'm going to kill more ducks, or it's a lot of things.
There definitely is.
Yeah. Well,
but deer hunting.
But I mean, but still, I mean, there's not like one thing you can do in duck hunting that's like, if you just do this one thing, you're going to kill more ducks, right? You got to do a lot of things.
You wait
right?
for them to actually decoy. You don't sky blast.
But that comes with comes with putting yourself on a place where ducks are coming in, right?
That's one thing you can do.
Well, I mean, but that's one thing to see more ducks, but then to kill more ducks and to get limits and be more successful, you can't just do one thing. There's a lot of different things that go into that. Don't look at me like that with those dead eyes, you church bitch.
And
why are you so spicy?
I've been up since 5:30.
Here's the thing, okay? You got a few insults. You got like 5 that you use on everyone. We got to get you some new material here.
All
buddy.
you say is,
These
I'm
are
sorry
rookie
for
numbers,
partying.
man. We got to bump these numbers up.
Bump these up. Sorry for partying, bro.
Dead eyes, you church bitch. I've heard you say that like.
I want you to
2
really
times.
give me a stinger.
Okay.
Stinger.
Like, whew, that's new. That's. Ooh.
All right. Well, I'll write.
But
yes,
yeah,
leave
work on
things
some new
up.
material.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
It's time for the second CD to come out.
So, the 4 of you, I'm curious, what got you guys connected? Was it duck hunting? Have you always known each other?
Back in 1958.
One time at
I was
band
working
camp.
in the fields.
Yeah.
No.
My Uncle Marv called me to come
So
over.
so I guess the way that I got hooked up with these two, because they've known each
Jordan
other
and
for
I
a
have
long
known each
time.
other forever.
Yeah. So we just kind of were at this thing we call Hogorama.
It's a big pig
yeah.
hunt for the lease that my
You
wife
now,
and I are on now.
Yeah. And just kind of wandered over to a campfire and sat down and was like, hey, I'm Abe. And they're like, hey, I'm Jordan and Austin. And,
Let's start a podcast.
well, it was just like, it was really just kind of like, we talked about, like, hey, you know, how do you know people here? And I was like, I know these guys. And they're like, we know these guys. And, just kind of conversation.
And then you started talking about public land deer
Yeah.
hunting, and we were like, oh gosh, we do that, and we don't really have not really met many other people who do that, because
Yeah.
in Texas everybody has ranches and shit.
Yeah.
So then that spun off a conversation, and Jordan was kind of already had the idea of Stormwater Creek and was kind of working on some merch and stuff and doing some stuff, and he talked a lot about what the next steps would be, and Abe was wanting to start a podcast about public land hunting, so we formed like Voltron.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for a while, I would just deer hunt and would say, all right, like I'd like to start duck hunting. I have a shotgun. Of course, it's a Remington 870, right?
It's
like
okay.
a pump
Nothing
870.
wrong
That's
with
what
that.
everybody,
Everybody's
right?
got one of those in their safe.
It should be the first shotgun you own.
My
I think.
first one.
Yeah.
I still got mine.
Yeah,
First
absolutely.
rifle was 243.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
It was.
So I was like, oh, well,
Like
I'll take
was.
I'll take you guys out because I had a bunch of stand. I'd been hunting public land for a while, so I had some stand locations, and so I was like, well, we'll go sit in stands, and you guys can take me duck hunting, and so that lasted about a year, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna duck hunt from now on. Yeah, this is way better.
That whole story is bullshit. They fucking met on Grinder, okay? That's what happened.
Wow.
Wow.
Way to
What
bring
is
that back.
wrong with everybody
Why do
nowadays?
you
Are we just
know about
excited
it?
to shoot teal, or why?
Yeah,
It's
why-
like-
everyone's super excited that Till's this weekend.
Yeah, we got it.
Hey, I'm
But
married, but
this
I'm
is probably
kind of
gonna come out at a
happy, and
different
I'm just looking
time.
for
This
male
is more. We're gonna
companionship.
try to stay on deer on this podcast though, because we talk about duck hunting constantly.
So that's how they met. I worked at a tattoo shop,
He knew Jordan and I from the tattoo shop.
and then I quit
Who's
that.
got the Saints tattoo?
That's me.
Welcome to Stormwater Creek, buddy. You're in.
You're an
You're
honorary
in.
member.
This has been a lot of fun. I'm gonna go out on a high note.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next time.
Oh yeah, peace out. Yeah, no,
made
that
it.
would be moi. I have the Saints tattoo.
So, can I see it?
I mean, yeah,
Where's
it's.
it
Let's see here if I
Camera's
can
there, buddy.
if I can
There you go.
show you
Don't
here.
get your AIDS legs on the
There you
wires.
oh yeah, that's definitely a Saints tattoo.
go. Yeah, 100, 100.
I got it in Old Perry.
Oh, Payre. Yeah, yeah. It's. I should have heeded some advice and
Headed? Heated?
heeded is a word.
Headed?
Look it up, bro.
You're not done with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Grinch.
I'm on human resources management.
Oh
That's
God.
all right. Give me one of the normal ones.
So
yeah.
yeah, I
Fun
gotta.
life
I
complaints.
should have heeded a little bit better. Like, hey, everybody's gonna think it's a Saints tattoo, and I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna make it look different. Don't worry. No, bro. Mine's
Chill.
gonna look different.
Isn't there like only like a few ways you can do a fleur-de-lis where
Yeah,
it's
there's-
still a fleur-de-lis? Like I mean, like it is still a Saints tattoo.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So it was. It was
Drew
just.
Brees would be proud.
Yeah.
I was talking to him while he was in Paris, and I said, "Dude, just get something. Get anything but that."
Get like a baguette tattoo. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
A baguette tattoo.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty
Get
sick.
like a white surrender flag, or a frog.
That would those
Dude.
are the best ideas
Yeah,
ever.
like
Okay.
Get some French fries.
I have a goldfish
French
cracker
toast.
tattoo, so don't try any clever
A ri-
rebuts.
a rifle-
and a King
No,
of the Hill
my
tattoo.
my
a,
clever
a rifle on the ground with ×2.
Oh. I think
King
the
of
frog
Hill
would have been
tattoo.
awesome.
Do what?
What's the King of the Hill tattoo?
It's Dale says, "Trust no one." And he's got a cigarette and sunglasses.
Oh man, I relate to Dale.
Oh yeah,
That's Dale Gribble.
The conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
I am unknowable.
You can't know me, Hank.
You can't know me, Hank.
Oh my God.
Shh.
Pocket sand.
Yeah. It's yeah. So, and then
So yeah, I met them through the tattoo shop, and I fish a bunch, and they asked me to hop on with fishing, and I was doing duck hunting, and now it's just snowballed into I took down my first pig like a month or two ago, and I got a new toy today, and
You got a new AR today. He's down the rabbit
nice.
hole.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
bad.
it's bad.
And you guys got a shit ton of pigs out there.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
A lot.
Luckily, find some wood to knock on, but up here, down in South Georgia, seems like more so. There's a lot of pig problems, but up here in my neck of the woods, it's not really bad at all. But seeing what you guys go through out there,
It's insane.
I mean, just during
Insane.
hunting season last year, at the deer lease, which is not giant by any means, just November through into January, 140 something, and we shoot them year round.
I was gonna say, didn't you shoot like
That last
200 up before that?
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so when we were out there last weekend doing some work. A couple guys have been out there a few days, and they're like, "Yeah, we've shot 15 pigs already."
Yeah.
Like, it's just, yeah.
I was driving out, making a giant mistake on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Sunday? No, Monday. Monday.
Jeez.
It was a day.
It was a day, Monday. I was driving out real early morning, and there were 6 pigs on the side of the highway. Right?
Oh,
It
they're
is-
everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere you go.
Crazy.
You know.
That's as far as the time, and I lived out there from 2011 to I guess August of 2015. But I wish I had taken advantage more of hunting and stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that time, I was post-divorce. I'd moved out from Georgia, and I don't know. It was just work. I was in a sales role, so I had a really good time in Dallas. I'll say that.
You were living that office space life.
Yeah, but as far as like, I don't know, and I think coming back home, I don't know, just getting back home, getting back around family, just kind of started getting, I don't know, back to who I was, and we can take this and just keep it moving. Everything's rolling great at this point, but if it becomes a lifestyle, I just can't think of a better way to go through life.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So did you grow up hunting in like as a kid, or were you kind of an adult onset hunter?
No, I grew up. My dad, he hunted. His dad got them into hunting back when everybody was shooting recurve bows, and especially around here, and they would travel and hunt different notable tracts of public land, like land between the lakes, up in Kentucky, and different places.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they were all using recurve bows, and he's told stories about the clothing and stuff that they had when it was cold, and like they were
Red
real
flannel,
men, I'll say
red
that.
flannel, and
Orange
that
vest.
kind of thing, orange
Um,
vest, and
Yeah, and they, the deer population wasn't near what it is now back then either. So, some of my earliest memories are, if not hunting, in and around hunting.
yeah,
So it's cool. I don't know, just to get back, and because you do kind of get out of it when, I don't know, the move into Dallas, just in general, just so much concrete, and you don't realize you're in that bubble until you're not in that bubble.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
quickly we live in that bubble, and you just have to know how to break out of it, and where to break out of it. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, what other questions do we have about? There was
Can
a question
you-
I had.
Can we buy your stuff on your website, or since you kind of like you said you're killing it in Georgia?
Yeah, we're in a number of stores in Northwest Georgia. I think we're 6 now here in Georgia. We're going into one location in Kentucky, another one in Illinois. So we're starting to branch out just through word of mouth that way too. But yeah, we do sell online. Got the different strains of urine, and we got hats and shirts and all that. But we move a good bit of product online as well as in retail environments.
For sure. Everyone is so online focused
man.
now.
Yeah, and we found too, there's a market for just the fresh urine, because it's more of an educational process than anything. It was something that I kind of had the light go off on, but a lot of people, especially down here, they're weekend hunters. They're going to stop at Walmart on their way to their hunting lease, and they're going to pick up whatever bottle is on the shelf. I was in Dahlonega with one of our retailers up there a couple of weeks ago, and he had a 6-year bottle of urine on his shelf that he showed me.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so there's
bet
really
that
no
reeked.
telling. Yeah. But for whatever given bottle is sitting there, you just don't know. And I don't know. I feel like I've talked a lot about urine.
Oh
but
yeah.
in a nutshell, though, it's just really fresh and really effective. It's not anything complicated.
I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a try. I'm gonna pick myself up a bottle and
Yeah, I'm looking at the website right
and
now.
and get after it with it. I'm interested just to see, like, all right, let's give it the old college try and see what happens. So
No, I'll shoot you guys. I'll shoot you guys some shirts and some samples, and go out and try it, and come back and report on it. It's
absolutely.
Having multiple experiences with it, and a number of people that have had similar experiences, just zero doubt that it's going to work. So I'll shoot you guys some. You go test it out.
We'll do
absolutely.
a YouTube video.
I bet that'd be a cool thing in
Post a bunch of content for you, man.
Fredericksburg.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
For your buck.
Yes.
So Jordan's parents have super nice little piece of property down the hill country, and I don't think many people hunt it. Not much of his family hunts it, so there's a lot of high fence ranches around there, and theirs is low fence. So they just get a ton of deer moving through. So every year, kind of as a family friends group here, we go down there and kind of cull the herd, shoot a handful of does, and cook some nice dinners, and I'll just spit. The wives come, and it's awesome. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And they've got a super nice
Jordan.
they've got a super nice guest house. But so last year, it's not. I don't remember how many acres it is, but I kind of just
200.
200. So I just walked a bunch last year. Ran the side by side up the hill, and just kind of, and there's one kind of big hill, and then it's down from there. I just started walking, and I've been there a few times, so I knew where the deer would move. So I walked down this little mesquite grove. I figured they'd kind of be bedding in there. And I see some does, and I kind of start sneaking in, and then this big giant buck stands up. I mean, solid 10, like real nice deer. And the agreement is always basically shoot as many doe as you want. Not like we're not going to go shoot 15 deer, but we shoot a couple apiece. It's fine. So I kind of hunker behind this tree, and I'm carrying my rifle and trying to text Jordan like, holy shit, I don't know what to do. And he was like, let me ask, if Dad's okay with it. And I'm happy to do that, It's their property. I love the invite for the doe. And then they're like, yeah, shoot it. So, all right, kind of stuff my phone back in my pocket real sly-like and start peeking around the tree. Was no wind, and nothing really got spooked, but these 3 doe stood up out of the brush. And I was less than 100 yards from this buck. And they stood up and were looking in my direction. Like they knew something was going on, but weren't spooked.
Yeah.
And he didn't bolt, and he didn't blow. He looked around and was like, nah, I'm a big deer for a reason.
Yeah.
And just wandered off. I never saw him, which it was still awesome. But this year, I was like, I know where he's kind of hanging out. If he's still around, I'm going after that deer.
I was down there a month ago, and I think I saw him in about the same area that he was last year where he saw him. And I actually texted him, was like, hey, man, there's a 10 point I'm looking at right now over in this area. And he was like, that's where I was last time. Like, your boy's still there.
So
he did the same thing to me. We were driving, we were filling the feeder down there with my dad. And I was driving by, and he just stood up, told my dad to stop. He stood up, looked at us, and just kind of sauntered on up the hill. Like, he wasn't in any hurry. He wasn't caring. He just kind of sauntered up the hill.
It haunts you, man. It's like losing a big fish. Like those memories are just imprinted, Like you'll never forget it.
No. Yeah, I mean it's a fond memory. It was awesome to see that deer, and the experience, was great. But I'd definitely like to put a round in him this year.
Like shoulder mount.
I love looking at him. But I really like to walk up on him.
If I stocked up on him, put a hole in him this year, I might shoulder mount it. He was a nice deer.
100% you should shoulder mount
It
it.
could happen. We've got a rut blend. You'll appreciate the name. It's D Harmony. It's our D Harmony rut blend.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
And the guy that won the Horny Cup, we actually brought him on to the team recently. The guy, his name's Blake Davenport. He absolutely, I'm talking 365 days a year, just lives deer hunting. He was recently engaged, and it didn't work out because of his deer hunting. Kind of one of those ultimatum situations.
Yeah, like, no, this is me,
You
bro.
said it didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like it did.
Yeah.
But he had taken our, and that was what was so cool about him winning the Horny Cup. He had actually used our product to kill the deer that he killed. But he only bow hunts. But he had taken our D Harmony rut blend up to Kentucky, and ended up killing, I think about 6.5, 7-year-old buck that they had never seen in daylight. They had pictures of him at night, and again, it's not like we're inventing deer piss. It's just fresh piss, but it was the first time that he had seen that deer in daylight. So it was just a really cool story that, not only did he win the contest, and to enter the contest, by the way, all you have to do is purchase a product of ours or one of our sponsors. And we had a number of sponsors. Obviously, the scope was the grand prize, but he had purchased our stuff, and so he was automatically in it. But the fact that he did it with the D-Harmony rep blend, that was just really, really cool.
So to enter, you're talking about getting a product. Do you keep the receipt? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, how do you get? Are you going to do this again? First of all.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again.
Awesome.
And
then
I thought that was
fun with it. Yeah, we had so much fun with it last year. It's something I'd like to do annually. Plus, the trophy, it really, and I'm not even exaggerating, it pains me to hand the trophy over.
Yeah.
It was a cool looking trophy,
Yeah,
man. That was
we
pretty
saw it
awesome.
earlier.
Like, it kind of makes me.
Special
Yeah.
treatment, No, hey,
The
but that's how we do everything. It's kind of towing that line with everything. Our scent spray, I didn't get it out in time this year. Next year we'll have our scent elimination spray called No Blow. It's a no blow scent control. So that'll be out next year. But every time we do something, we've got, I guess, just that creative flow, the D-Harmony stuff.
Yeah.
Just enough to not quite be dirty, but fall in line
Enough
with
to make
the
you giggle.
business name.
So if we wanted to enter the contest, just purchase something, and then how do you get your name in the hat?
So
Just keep the receipt, or
if you purchase online, obviously we will have a record of that.
Yeah.
But if you purchase, any of the stores that carry us, just hang on to the receipt, and then whatever buck you kill, if you want to enter it into the contest, you have to have it measured by your taxidermist or somebody.
An official score.
Competent.
Yeah.
No one in this room.
No.
Yeah, no
hell
one in this room.
He's about yay big.
Sons of bitches.
he was like this.
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey,
Like-
big fat deer.
A big old fat deer. And
Bigger
then
than yours.
basically the dude who shoots the biggest deer wins.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
obviously the goal.
The most total points.
Okay.
We don't worry with deductions and all that stuff. Just the gross. But yeah, his deer. It was the rack was impressive, but the body on this. It's like a cow walking through the woods.
Yeah.
wow.
I hear Kentucky's got some bruisers.
Oh, they're ridiculous. It makes every time, and he manages some property in Missouri as well. But he sends me these trail cam pics, and I feel like I've wasted the last 20 years of life.
So he manages some property in Missouri. Does he manage property in Missouri that he needs to have somebody help thin the duck population on?
Hey, I can find out. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
We'd like to get those ducks off of his property so they don't eat all that corn up for him.
I'll come help
You
us
know?
with the ducks. We'll come help you with the deer.
Absolutely, we can make some things happen there. So, yeah. So I'm man, that'd be awesome.
It'd be cool.
What if you won?
I won't, but it'll be fun.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Can't have no in your heart.
Yeah. Why do you have
Life's
no
a
in your
garden.
heart?
Dig it.
Can't never
Just gotta
could,
keep on
man.
keeping on.
Can't, never could. Exactly,
Safety is no accident.
It's true.
dude.
That's another one, by the way. You're welcome to use it.
Yeah.
Safety is no accident.
Safety's no accident, man.
Didn't you get that from like an OSHA video?
No. Friend of mine, her dad worked in the safety
Industry.
area of Frito-Lay,
Oh.
and that he came up with that slogan.
So good.
And I was like, this is golden. And so, yeah, that's stuck in my head. And, yeah, I use it all the time.
It's like using your lineman's belt and your safety harness in your tree stand. Safety is no accident.
That's so stupid.
That was pretty
Just
good.
crawl up there.
Cool. I'm not changing your diapers when you,
Just
when you get
wheel
to be
me out in
paralyzed.
my tracked wheelchair
No.
because I was an idiot and didn't wear my
No.
harness.
No, you're not coming hunting with us
Abe
anymore.
wheelchair challenge.
Hey, wheelchair challenge.
Abe has to climb up into the tree stand.
Only using his arms because his legs don't work.
Christopher Reeve style.
And he goes, Stephen Hawking. tree stand is
Yeah.
too high.
Yeah. I'm
We gotta
so
work
glad.
on our robot voice.
I'm so glad we're all gonna be in hell together.
What's that?
Exactly.
I have valet park in there already.
Oh, they're like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in it right now.
yeah, straight up, free Taco Bear.
Hashtag free talk.
Hashtag free Taco Bear.
I am a little jealous that he got to be there in person. Brandon did to do this.
Oh, he kept saying the whole. He's like, "You guys gotta film this. I don't know why you're not
The
filming
world's
this."
missing out.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Even this view right here, I think this would be good.
The casting couch.
Just the
I would-
casting
I would
couch.
watch it.
Yeah. We
I'll
want to
be like
make this
the
brown
Wizard of
couch.
Oz. All you do, you just see my feet. That's
Yeah.
it.
Nobody knows what you look like,
It's perfect.
except if they've seen any pictures that we've posted.
No, we haven't planned. Like behind us, there's a round table,
Yeah.
and we plan. And there's a little like
Lip.
outcrop in the
Yeah.
ceiling, lip. We're planning to mount a camera, and when it's just us, we're gonna sit up there. But right now, like we have a TV, and you're on the TV, so it's
Yeah.
big, so we can see everything.
And
So
this-
I'll tell you, when you anything that you guys do around deer hunting, whether it's going to Jordan's or whatever, like if you put something together, we'll make a special trip for it. We'll do it in person.
Word.
I'm an old man. It's like 9:30 out here. I should be in bed.
No,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I've been texting.
Abe's been up since 5:30, so I
It's
mean,
been ridiculous.
he understands.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
5:30.
But once we get out there in person, I promise you it'll be an absolute ball.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
well,
to
we'll
it.
have a
we
great
might
time.
be able to make something happen.
Yeah.
Doors are always open here.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Oh yeah, well, no, it's been a minute since I've been out there, and yeah, kind of always looking for an excuse, anyways. But
Well, if you ever never been to Fredericksburg, it's a
I have not
badass
been to
place.
Fredericksburg.
Oh,
Where is Fredericksburg?
So Fredericksburg's like just an hour west of
Is there a
Austin.
Buc-ee's in Fredericksburg?
Huh?
Is there a Buc-ee's in Fredericksburg?
No,
There's two on the way.
there's-
yeah.
Dude,
I was gonna say.
that's talking about highlights in life. That was another one.
Oh man, Buc-ee's is awesome.
yeah, Bucky's is an awesome place.
That's where we buy all our
felt
deer
like-
corn. It's
Yeah.
cheapest place to buy deer
Griswold
corn in
when they
Texas.
got to do Clark.
Do what?
And I feel like Clark Griswold when they get to the amusement park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wally World.
Exactly.
Oh my God! Yes, Wally World.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Bucky's is awesome.
Yeah, Bucky's is pretty cool.
Yes, the Stars just scored. Sorry,
Hey,
I'm multitasking right
Abe
now.
is not cool. He watches sports stuff and
Abe's watching stickball right now.
yeah.
I'm
And
friends
apparently
with-
some
I'm friends with idiots, Scott.
Hey,
That's not even
I think
clever.
that's
I
wild.
watch football.
you're the
Yeah.
only
I
one
don't
that
mind hockey.
you're the only one that watches sports and you got a Saints tattoo on you without even thinking about it.
I'm gonna get a star tattooed on me this year.
My first
A
went
nautical
to two
star.
hockey games. My first hockey game, I sat on the second row in one of their playoff games.
Oh my God.
That was my introduction to hockey.
Well, that's
It was
it's like,
Going to hockey in person is
That's-
so much fun.
dude, it
Going
is.
to really any
Hey.
sports in person for people who don't watch sports
Yeah.
is still pretty damn
Yeah.
fun.
It's very
You just
interesting.
football?
Just get drunk. Football. I'm in plenty of football games. I'm just getting
I've
loaded
never
and
been to
eat.
one. I
Yeah, it's
hate
great.
basketball
Yeah.
so much.
But even basketball live is different because you just really, especially if you're somewhat close, it's different. But I don't
Ugh.
think there's a sport that is so drastically different from TV than hockey. The speed
agree.
of everything and just that whole.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
NASCAR.
only the
It's
speed,
crazy.
but to see a guy 6'7" move like that on skates,
Like a figure
and,
skater.
You know, the game never really stops. You know,
No.
just the pace of it all. But I actually had a customer out there. Ended up being a really good friend, but he took me to that game, and it was incredible. Like I
Playoff
totally get it.
hockey. There's
Oh,
that's
it was
That's
stupid.
pretty super rad.
playoff environment of anywhere is it's a higher level. I went to a playoff baseball game and that
That's
was
fun.
and oh my God, it was insane.
The 2 years Ninja and I had season tickets to the Rangers, the 2 years they went to the World Series,
Yeah,
and oh my gosh,
I was at that one of those games then.
so awesome.
Oh my God, we were at the same place at the same time and didn't even know it.
Gay.
Calm down over there, Grinder.
You're the one that's
Everyone's
talking about
so
it a lot
mean
today.
What are you talking about
Exactly.
today? This
I've
is
been up since
this
5.
is a pretty mild podcast, and you have to admit, normally
I
we're
don't
like
know. It
we're,
feels
we're
mean.
pieces of shit to each other.
You're actually a
Yeah.
little meaner than usual, Jared.
Today we're mild. What? I'm just saying
Oh,
these
I
guys.
bought
are
an
You're a little
good.
meaner than
AR-15,
usual.
and I'm all big and bad now, so I can make fun of people.
Are you getting sensitive on me, short shorts?
I'm spotting.
You over here with leprosy on your legs?
Yeah, it's called mosquito bites.
That is not mosquito bites.
I've been
itchy
bit by
mosquito
mosquitoes.
bites.
You can't tell at all.
Yeah, because you don't scratch them. I
Some-
do.
Cause I'm a man.
I got these mosquito bites,
Man, I got these mosquito bites.
I got these cheese.
Hey, Joe
burgers.
Rogan.
Hey, Joe Rogan. Hey, Joe Rogan.
I'll suck your dick.
All right, grinder.
Alrighty.
Anyways, so
Horny
Scott,
Deer Scents.
obviously you've got a website, you got social media stuff. Let the people know where are they gonna
Where would
find?
somebody find you? Yeah.
Where are we gonna find out more information about you? Where can they see cool stuff you guys are doing? So what do you always say, Austin? Shameless self-promotion plug, whatever.
There you go.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I'll do. We've got, for anybody that listens to the episode, we'll figure out a way to do it. But for anybody that wants to try it, we'll actually, we've got some. So after the pandemic hit, everything that we had stocked up for trade shows, we kind of kept it to the side. So for anybody that wants to try it, we'll send one of our horny shirts with it as well. Because we know once you try it, you're going to see what we see. But you can find us at www.hornydeerscents.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel, and we've just cranked up, starting to shoot some video this year that we should have on there soon. The Horny Deer Scents podcast, we already have some sluggers lined up for that. It's I don't know if it's just the name or why, but we swing for the fences with people that we ask, and we've not had anybody turn it down yet. So we're really excited about the Horny Deer Scents podcast. We'd like to have you guys on that one as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Hope. I'll tell you, that's what we'll do when we come out there deer hunt. We'll do a podcast while we're out there. How's that?
Swapcast. Yeah.
Swapcast.
Swapcast.
Is that a thing?
That's what-
Swapcast.
That's what old JT Larkin
Swapcast. So we
always
both
called it.
we'll record when they come out. We'll all sit down and record them together, and we'll both post the same podcast on our feeds.
Okay. I
Like
didn't know that was a thing.
Technical
I'll tell you
term.
what.
Well, I didn't know the wording for it. I knew it happened, but
I'll set it up. We'll use Abe as the promo code. If they buy a bottle of whatever scent, type in Abe, then we'll throw in a shirt.
Did you say Gabe?
Dude, you're gonna be like, people are gonna be like, this stupid promo code doesn't work.
just like Abe.
Just like Abe.
It works, but not all the way.
Yeah.
Just type in,
So he gets
type
$2 off.
Type in grinder.
So before we release this, we'll get with you and make sure everything's set up,
Yeah.
and we'll put it on the
show notes or
show
whatever,
notes,
yeah.
and we post about it on Instagram.
But for everyone listening,
Yeah,
promo
absolutely.
code
I'll-
ABE, ABE.
Yeah.
Put it in, buy
Yeah.
some Horny Deer Scents.
Yeah.
You get
a
a
free
free
shirt.
discount,
Exactly.
get a free shirt.
Get you some.
Abe's going to get you
Yeah.
guys hooked up.
I have a client that's been a
Hashtag
client
golden
of mine
showers.
for 2 years and calls me Gabe or Dave every time I call him.
I get Jet or Jet.
I mean, I don't understand it either.
I get
answer
Oscar.
the phone. I'm like, this is Jared. And they're like, hey, Jet. And I'm like, oh, whatever.
You get emails from me with my name spelled out, and you call me Gabe or Dave. I don't understand why. I could get Gabe, but why are you calling me Dave? Like, at this point, I think it's just disrespectful.
Hey, be careful, man.
That wasn't me.
You hit him, dude.
Dude, that cat is old as all get out. Leave him alone.
I'm done.
So this is the cat. The cat is 20 years old.
It's Beans.
We have a 100-pound black lab too. That's
Senor
downstairs. The wife.
Frijoles.
Usually he's up here in the mix.
Yep.
Not today. His mom's home.
Yeah, his mom's home, so
Mom!
she's downstairs.
And her gay friend's here too.
His gay
so.
uncle is here, too.
His gay uncle's here too.
And I'm not talking about Will.
Yeah. Sick burn! Sick burn!
Shots fired.
He don't even listen, so it's great. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Scott,
Thank you
times,
for
man.
putting up with our
100%.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Well,
And if
I
nothing else,
appreciate-
this was a good representation of how not to do your podcasts. So you can let us make all the mistakes for you, and then go, I'm not going to do all of those things. And you know, so we'll
I
walk
think
that
it's great.
dangerous road for you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed what I've listened to, you know, catching up, and once you guys reached out. So just really appreciate you bringing me on. I know it's late. I'm yawning, you're yawning. It's been a good time.
Sorry.
but I
we're an hour
appreciate
behind you, so I mean,
platform.
Abe's
Yeah.
been up since 5:30, but we got this.
Yeah. I'm running on just pure adrenaline at this point.
But no, it was just an absolute ball. Looking forward to connecting in person, and we'll have just an absolute blast.
For sure,
Absolutely.
yeah.
For sure, man. It was
we'll
awesome
talk
to finally get you on and meet you, kind of in person, but not. Meet you at least. We got to put a face to a name.
Yeah, we get
and-
to see you.
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome.
Yeah, the beard.
You got a good beard, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
It's a girthy one.
Nice.
I see what you did there.
So that's the most important thing. The girth.
Absolutely.
A lot of knowledge for not a lot of knowledge going on around here.
Wow.
Well, guys, we super appreciate all of you who have stuck with us. We have trapped Scott, so he can't really leave. You had a choice. You could have just hit the stop button at any moment and go, these guys are dumb. Turned it off. We appreciate you for listening to it.
And we really mean that. We really do
We do
appreciate
really
you
appreciate
guys
it 'cause
listening
we
to
enjoy
us.
doing this.
You know,
Yeah.
it's great. We do this. We're not in it for the money or the fame. You know,
Obviously.
We're in this because we have a passion.
Whoa, we're not getting paid?
And
That's why my check keeps bouncing. Jordan keeps sending me cocktail napkins with pay on it.
These are IOUs.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my god,
As long as you don't put IOU on it, it's not actually legit either.
Hugh Brayley.
You know.
Is an IOU even legit? I mean, first of all,
Oh, God, here we go.
if
Rabbit
you put,
hole, rabbit
like,
hole, rabbit hole.
Scott, if I sent you an
Scott.
IOU, it would be like, I owe you money.
He can't even
Can you
get through
please
it.
send me?
He's laughing through it.
He's so tired.
I hate all of you.
Anyways,
Scott doesn't take IOUs, so don't
No
try to
one
pull that.
does.
Jordan's the one that was talking about IOUs.
you're the one that keeps taking them.
He's like, yeah, well, you're right. Screw me, right?
Anywho,
Scott,
Scott, thank you.
thank you. We appreciate everything. Brayley.
Sir, good meeting you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Stormwater Creek is the best. Grinch,